In May, Michael Burry, aka The Big Short, made a contrarian play when he loaded up on Alibaba and JD.com stock. In particular, JD.com at that time represented 10% of all his holdings, which was pretty substantial. However, we learned this past week Michael Burry's Skyen Asset Management exited its stake in Alibaba and JD.com in the second quarter, ditching the stock just months after doubling down on them. That's a stark turnaround considering the two Chinese tech giants comprise 20% of the firm's portfolio and were its top two equity holdings at the end of March. And probably rightfully so. We've seen the smart money unloading Chinese stock this past week due to China's uncertain economy. Now, before we get into the analysis, let's look at this article. It's coming from Investors Business Daily. JD.com tops earning expectations. The stock is down anyway. So this past Wednesday, they announced earnings. They beat expectations for the second quarter as their marketplace more than doubled to a record high. But the stock still fell 5%. So as you can see, the sentiment is pretty bad surrounding China and Chinese stock. Net revenue was up 7.5% compared to the second quarter of last year. That includes a 30% increase in net service revenue. Now, here's what the CEO had to say. The number of merchants on JD's platform reached a new record during the quarter. He made the remarks in a press statement following earnings. The CFO, Ian Su Shan, added JD.com delivered both revenues and profitability ahead of our expectation in the second quarter. An encouraging trend we are happy to see amidst our business adjustments and a highly competitive market environment. Overall, however, Chinese stocks have been held back by concerns about the Chinese economy. The world's second largest JD stock was down 36% year to date as the market closed on Tuesday. All right, so let's get into the analysis. As usual, we're going to start with the monthly chart, and I could say that the monthly chart is in this nice downtrend respecting the trend line. Could say that the stock is in a nice down channel as well. Right now it's sort of in the middle. So if I do let's push this out a little bit. Let's make this white. So typically, you below it, you go lower. You above it, you go to the upper channel of the channel. All right, so we can see that July was a decent month, but all that was given back so far this month, and the month is not even over yet. Let's go to the weekly chart, and I see some range-bound price action. Two levels of interest. Now these weekly sellers levels were formed on week volume. Nevertheless, they have to be respected, as this was the origin of the leg down that took out this pivot low. So let's mark it in. Weekly sellers at 210. And weekly sellers at 185. Now, the football analogy I like to do is this is your offensive line and this is your quarterback. Offensive line protects the quarterback. So if price was to increase, you're going to have sellers taking out some of the buyers. So by the time and if price moved up to the second zone, you would have an imbalance between sellers and buyers in which the sellers would win the battle against the buyers because of some of those buyers got eliminated at this zone below. Now, price is selling at near all-time lows. That was put in at the 123 level back in late May. Your moving average is still kind of pointing down. You don't have the bullish crossover yet. This is a no-touch stock, even though we are sitting at all-time lows. You have the 200-day moving average still serving as a longer-term secular resistance line, dynamic resistance line. So if we just kind of extrapolated that out, so this level might work if and when price moves higher. Not only do you have the dynamic resistance line, but then you have this zone here. So I would anticipate a bounce before it moves higher, potentially looking for more liquidity to get short. So this was a good move on Michael Burry, just getting out of his losses now. Not sure why he bought to begin with, but can't question the man's trades. He's a contrarian player, and he is the big short. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.